this story takes place after Xeno's defeat in Stormblood. During your adventures in the Ruby Sea, you run into Soroban, who has a letter requesting your help and his for a large reward. And considering how large the reward is, you call in Tataru to manage the money. Following this, your trio makes their way through Hell's Lid. That leads to a fight against a giant turtle named Genbu. After the fight, Genbu transforms into a normal turtle and starts speaking, which surprises Soroban for some reason. Following this, Genbu explains that this place is Ryzen Temple and that he is one of the 4 lords, and that he needs your help to save the Ruby Sea from Koryu, who is an auspice like himself and the other lords. Side note here, an auspice is an animal that has a really long lifespan and gains a sense of self, on top of becoming really strong during their lifespan. Also, their souls are made up of 2 energies, Arimitama, the primal rage, and Nigitama, the boundless calm. But getting back to the story, Genbu explains that a man named Tenzen led him and the other lords to seal Koryu in Ryzen Temple. After Koryu was consumed by his Arimitama, making him a wild beast who could bring disaster to the world. But Koryu's seals are getting weaker. Following this, Genbu asks you to fight the remaining 3 lords so they can release their Arimitama safely and focus on keeping Koryu sealed. So with this explanation, you agree to help. Following this, Genbu introduces you to Byakko, but before you two leave the fight, Soroban asks why didn't the 4 lords get rid of Koryu's Arimitama. But Genbu explains that when an auspice is completely consumed by their Arimitama, they cannot be saved. Following this, you fight Byakko at the Jade Stoa, and after a tough fight, you release Byakko's Arimitama and he returns to normal. Following this, Byakko tells you about how he met Tenzen and how they became friends, on top of revealing that Tenzen had the power of the Echo just like you. Following this, you and Byakko return to Ryzen Temple, where Genbu is training Soroban to help them maintain the seals. Then Genbu reveals that Tenzen sacrificed himself to seal Koryu. After getting this information, everyone rests. But soon after this, Genbu asks you to get a box that holds the power of time, explaining that this box can age people by 1,000 years, and that he wants to use it on Soroban, making him an auspice temporarily, on top of helping his training so he can assist with the last 2 lords if needed. After this, Genbu sends you to the Swallow's Compass, where you have to fight the Monkey King, who is guarding the box. And after a tough fight, you defeat the auspice. Following this, you return to Ryzen Temple, where Soroban opens the box but has temporarily lost his mind due to his instant aging. So you, Genbu, and Tataru calm him down. After Soroban returns to normal, Genbu talks about how he met Tenzen and Byakko, becoming a part of their family. Then everyone splits up to do their own thing. Unfortunately, when you return to Ryzen Temple, Koryu's seals are getting weaker, so you have to hurry. And that's when Suzaku arrives. Suzaku is extremely upset because Genbu and Byakko are comparing you to Tenzen. Following this, you face Suzaku in Ryzen Temple, but after a tough fight, you release Suzaku's Arimitama and she returns to normal. After she calms down, Suzaku apologizes to you and talks about how she met Tenzen, Genbu, and Byakko, and how she was in love with Tenzen. Then you and Suzaku regroup with everyone, and she accepts that Tenzen is dead. Unfortunately, after this, Koryu's prison reaches its limit while Byakko, Suzaku, and Soroban try to hold it together. So you have to fight Seiryu immediately. Then Seiryu arrives and tells you to meet him at the Isle of Byakko to fight. So Genbu takes you there. However, when you arrive, Seiryu admits that he wants the Arimitama to take over so he can destroy Koryu, even if it turns him into a demon, and you state your resolve to save him. So with nothing else being said, you face Seiryu, and after an extremely tough fight, you release Seiryu's Arimitama and he returns to normal. After the fight, Seiryu talks about how he met Tenzen, the others, and that his goal was to be stronger than than Tenzen, but he never got a chance to prove it. Following this, both of you go back to Rising Temple to help everyone stop Koryu because his prison has broken. Following this, Koryu takes everyone into a pocket dimension to fight and he attacks, but Genbu blocks the attack. Unfortunately, Genbu's body fades away from using too much energy, but luckily Tenzen's spirit arrives to help our group. However, it isn't enough, so Soroban steps up and gives up his body to Genbu's soul, essentially killing Soroban. This allows you, Tenzen, and the Four Lords to imprison Koryu once again. Following this, everyone returns to Rising Temple, and fortunately, Genbu reveals that Soroban is still alive, explaining that because of Soroban's training, his soul is a lot stronger than Genbu's, meaning that Genbu will just be a voice in Soroban's head until his soul goes to the afterlife, and Soroban will get complete control of his body. So with this revelation, Byakko, Suzaku, and Seiryu invite Soroban to take Genbu's place in the Four Lords, and he accepts. Following this, you and Tataru get the reward for completing this mission, which will fund the operations of the Scions for the foreseeable future. Then you and Tataru say farewell to the Four Lords and inform Bunshin, Soroban's village chief, about Soroban's fate. And that is the end of the Final Fantasy XIV Four Lords storyline. With that being said, if you want to see more timeline videos like this one or video essays on your favorite video games, like, comment, and subscribe with notifications turned on. But with that being said, it's been Skipx and I'm out.